Hello everyone and welcome back to EU3, and today we are watching Imola as it is round 9, if I'm pretty accurate. I am not sure I am, but I should be. Um, and today we have 17 drivers lining up, but I have been told that Two-Spell in the house is feeling really unwell, so he might pull out in the lobby. But we will see that later on, as we have some standings we have to go through, and it will be told by Kangidis.
Good evening. So let's jump on to the driver standings. Dan Robo is leading the pack with 142 points. Behind him is Charlie with 63, Tichy on P3 with 58 points, STLR with 51, Two-Spell Wizard with 51 as well, Point with 40 points, Jack King with 39, Spathead with 38, Alex with 37, Kragi with 27 points, Domily with 27, Piski with 27 points as well, three drivers with 27 points, Pipe Attack with 18, Tonka with 17, Lincoln with 10, Nisula 9, and Will and Wakanda Forever with 6 points. Heading on to the team standings. We have Mercedes on top with 190, Alpine with 114, Haas with 109, Aston Martin really close behind with 107, McLaren 99, AlphaTauri 81, Ferrari 72, Red Bull 52, Alfa Romeo with 50, and Williams closing the pack with only 40 points. And according to the stream info, it's race number 10, not 9.
Yeah, that's me getting it wrong once again. But it is what it is. So we have the drivers. Currently, the first driver starting a lap time is Will, and in the Ferrari he's quite quick. He's very unlucky in the races usually, but some of the luck is down to himself, as we have a yellow flag in sector 2. Might just be tire warming. But this guy is definitely on for pole. Ooh, as he has a big slide down the exit. Quite impressive he held on. But yeah, we have updated cars for this week, which is nice, as we have Spothead retiring. Don't know if that is in the pits or on track. I don't know if you can let me know about that, Panda.
Not sure because I'm trying to re-invite Milos, who got connection issues.
Oh,
But
okay.
I'm pretty sure that I synced Spot on track before.
Yeah.
And the yellow flag was caused by Kevin Carl in McLaren, who was just letting drivers on hot lap through.
Yeah.
Will setting a benchmark with 115.3.
Yeah, definitely a bit of more time in that lap, as he had a big slide, and it looked like he just wanted to get the lap in at the end. Ooh, as he has a big slide on the exit of the turn 1-2 exit section there. But we
Gonna
have,
make a second with 3 tenths down.
yeah, as we have the two Red Bulls close together as well, with Bozo and Crypto, as Andre is just setting a lap that is a benchmark, as he is on the Inters, so no real lap by him for now. So we have Tetsi pushing the P4, as he looks to just do a bit of laps without pushing,
Yeah,
as he usually
I mean,
does.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, I just wanted to say that Tichy is not starting his qualifying well. Usually, I was on the track and was wondering why, because he could be way faster, but he's just doing practice. Meanwhile, Red Bull's causing a yellow flag at the end of main straight, but it doesn't seem to be an issue. There was It's just Botha who is slowing down and letting other drivers pass.
Yeah, definitely. As we have a McLaren who is about to finish their first lap, and it's gonna be a 15.8 by Freckisi. That's a bit difficult to say, but yeah. We have Yeetmex in P2 as well, and we don't have the
Yeah, but
championship leader.
look how close the gap is between P2 and P5. It's only 25 milliseconds.
That is actually really close. Reminds me a bit of Monza in EU1, where it was 8 or 10 drivers within 1/10 or something, which is really impressive, as we have a lot of drivers heading into the pits. STLR pushing on for another lap, I think, on the same set of tires. That is a thing you can do in this game, I think.
Yeah, that can work. I used to make out lap, hot lap, in lap, and another run of on the same compound, and usually the track evolution gives you a lot more than tire wear takes
Yeah.
back from you.
Yeah, that's definitely, especially around a track like Imola. The track evolution is insane, especially in the second sector, which is really technical with the corners, as he is backing off now. So he might have just tried to see how much he could gain. As we
And
have
now
Goran without a wing.
I'm driving with Kragi, who just finished second sector with delta 50.7, and
Yeah, he's not on the fast lap.
he's not deploying. His battery is still full. So I'm not sure, is he going for a double out lap?
Might look to be, as we have 3 drivers going out on
But
track
it's
again.
still really decent time, considering that he wasn't deploying his battery. He managed to pull P7 with 116.4.
Yeah, I think you lose about a second or something without the battery. At least a bit more than a second, I think. So it's basically like having no DRS down the long
A
straights in
little
Baku.
bit of purple sector 1 and a little bit of traffic in front of him.
Yeah, he looks to be on for some good pace here, Craigie, as he did really well in Monaco as well, but got disqualified in qualifying. So
Yeah, but he was so rapid, like he used 2 or 3 sets of soft tires and he was just flying around this track.
yeah,
And
definitely.
he invalidated.
Yeah, that's a really tricky
Unlucky,
corner.
because I'm pretty sure he was going for a provisional pole.
Yeah. I think we have Tutsi is still on his few laps, just testing.
He is finishing his lap. He just started third sector. Didn't invalidate it.
Coming up to the line now.
And
It is
115.3. It's just behind Will.
Yeah. Even with that
Milos
mistake.
ending 115.7. Decent lap of main EU4 driver who's reserving for Ferrari. Gives him P7.
Yeah.
He just started a hot lap. Not sure, is he going for double warm-up lap, because, oh, of course it's Tichy. Never mind, forget what I wanted to say. We have Phil Spell on his hot lap, finishing sector 1.
Just about, yeah. There he goes into the tight hairpin. Really open exit, so you can actually forward quite early on if you get the line right. which is really important in the skiers game, keeping up momentum and getting the exit.
Now, Aqua Minerale, this turn reminds me a bit about its technical difficulty, turn 9 in Bahrain. Downhill with quite a bit of hard braking zone, with turning your wheels a bit. It's not easy to do this correct.
No, definitely not. But it's still you still have a straight line braking compared to turn 9 in Bahrain, which is really important for not locking up your tires. But it's still very easy to do because you still have to turn a bit.
The air is wide open. He's crossing the line. 116.1. That time sets him on P9. Meanwhile, Will improved his time, and now pole benchmark is 114.6.
Yeah, that's what I said. That one mistake or few mistakes throughout the lap just cost him a lot of time as he was getting up to grips with the track.
Gained almost 7/10.
Yeah.
STRL finishing his lap. The air's wide open. He's crossing the line. He's improving by 4/10, but it's second.
Still quite a big gap to Will in front. He's really put a good lap in there, the Ferrari driver. Really quick in qualifying usually. That is basically what there is to say about Will. He's really quick in qualifying.
I'm riding with Goran right now. He's basically equal after sector 1 to his previous time.
Yeah, he looks pretty. He's pushing the limits quite a bit with track limits, which is quite tricky to do around Imola.
Yeah, but he looks really confident about this. So second sector improving by 22 hundredths of the second. So that, in theory, might even get him T3 if he keeps improving just more a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, he's doing quite well in the last three corners there, as we have an Alpine behind him.
And he's crossing the line 115.312, and it is P3.
Just behind STLR. And no
and
one is...
just in front Tiski.
Yeah, as he's starting another lap
Kragi finished his lap, and he improved to P7. Crypto White after sector 2, almost half a second improvement.
Yeah, Tiski's on a run as well, I think. He is up almost 2/10 in sector 1 alone.
Just started first, finished first sector. I will hang out with Crypto White till end of his lap. A little bit of an oversteer on last turn, but he is improving by 7/10, and that's P11 with 115.7, just behind Milos.
Yeah, Tiski is still a bit down. He just about stayed equal in his sector 2 time, so he's gonna now try and get a bit of slipstream on the Aston Martin there. Heading down into the last few turns, it's really tricky to get the line right to open up the exit here, as you still have quite a bit to go.
That's, I think, easiest corner to invalidate your lap.
Yeah, as he goes
improving
P2.
by 3/10, and it's P2.
Yeah, good lap by Tiski there, as he will struggle to make it back into the pits. I don't think he will. So
Kevin Call just finished first sector, and he is improving by 15 hundredths.
That's about the same first sector Tiski had, so I am intrigued to see what he can do here, as he has a bit of traffic. A little bit
of disturbing on his lap by Crypto.
Yeah.
Finishing sector 2, his delta is more or less the same as it was on first sector.
Looks to push the limits through the chicane there, which looks really nice.
I'm struggling with this chicane a lot. I'm always losing a lot of time over there.
Yeah, you have to hit the curbs at a good angle, and he invalidates the last corner. as you said earlier, it's a really tricky corner and it's really easy to invalidate, and that would have put him up into P4 as well.
And was improving on his lap in first sector, but he invalidated somewhere around sector 2.
Yeah.
I think he will try to make another one attempt now. Yes, he started to deploying, DRS wide open, and he's taking one more shot on this tires.
And I think we had Ivica out as well. Yeah, he just finished his lap and he goes up into P4 with a 15.2 as we have a Williams coming out of the pits trying to stay out of the way. So good lap by, he's usually also
Andre is
EU4.
improving in sector 1 even more. It's 3.5 tenths in sector 1 only.
Yeah, it's still a bit far down compared to Tiskias, but he could possibly push into the
Meanwhile,
P10s
Max
here.
is taking P2 with 114.8, pretty close to Will.
Yeah, and Will is out on his
Final attempt.
yeah, he's gonna try and see if he can get anything done. As I completely lost the thread there. Yeah, it was Andrew we were looking at. As he is now coming through the final turn. Further
Didn't
down.
invalidate it. Steers wide open. Last meters, he's improving by almost 6 tenths, but he still remains on P15.
Yeah, and Tichy is still out there, just having fun.
He just started a lap. He's finishing his first lap. He make an out lap a few moments ago.
Yeah, as we have
So
a
he
lot
was
of
in pit lane.
drivers just on their
And
last
he
lap
started
now.
deploying, but he invalidated on last turn, and this lap won't count for him.
That is very unfortunate. As we have Millers heading through sector 3 now, going down onto the last few turns here. As we have seen a
he's
lot of
improving.
drivers struggling a bit with the last few turns here, but he is keeping it within bounds and he's gonna go up to the line now. 7 tenths improvement, and that's P3 for the Ferrari.
Flat. Goran is retiring.
And Tiske is going for another run as he's heading through sector 1, as Will is also just about finishing sector 1 and he's a 10th down on his last lap, but
He was 78 milliseconds, 48 milliseconds, apologies, down to his lap, but difference is really close.
Yeah, Will is really pushing the limits to try and get the extra lap time if he
invalidated his lap.
Yeah, so it might be safe to say that Will might have it if we just...
Gerau finishing his lap, but it's also invalidated. And he will remain on P5.
And Will coming
Also
through the last corner and...
his lap.
Ooh, almost losing
He
the car
improved
there.
by 9 milliseconds. And it
A
didn't
10th down for Will
positions
on his last run. And Andre just coasting around.
That's it, Andre.
Yeah.
Is not deploying. Oh wait, he is deploying, but the lap is invalidated anyway, so nothing will change. So we have Will starting from P1, Yitmex, P2, Milos and Tiski is the second row, STL, R and Ivica on third row, Goran P7, Kevin on P8, Kragi and Crypto on fifth row, P11 is Frekis, Tuspel on P12, and I didn't have enough time to read the rest of the field.
Yeah, quite close up there in the front actually. Will look to have the upper hand, but he just couldn't improve the last few the last lap, as he had a bit of a mistake out of the last corner.
Yeah, closest gap. Two closest gaps. It's between Milos and Stiski. It's 15 milliseconds, and STLR and Iveca, it's 27 milliseconds, if I'm not wrong.
Just about, yeah.
So P13 will be Bozo, Pipetek on P14, Andre on P15, Tichy P16, and Sputhead is starting last at P17.
Yeah, quite interesting qualifying. And quite close gaps all around the field.
Yeah, with this time, I think, I mean, speaking to poll time, Will, I think he could be able to complete somewhere around midfield-ish for E1. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. I haven't tested anything. So I'm unsure what the pole time will be in EU1. As
How?
the people on the grid are gonna set up a strategy and fuel, etc. So on the grid, pretty sure there's formation up here. So
Yes, it is.
no worries about that. Lots of leagues don't have it. So
I checked it 3 times. I turned on the formation lab.
yeah, so we will check what tires everyone is on. Let me get the telemetry up for you, or not telemetry, but so we have the top 5 on the mediums. Ivica MP6 starting on the soft tires, trying to make grounds in the first few laps, as the soft tires can make quite a long stint around Imola. Not the biggest tire deck you will see on the calendar. Then we have Goran and up till P11 on the medium tires as well, with 2-spell on the hard tires, trying to opt out for a medium hard possibly, or a medium if the chance does come into play with a safety car on lap 1. And then we have Bozo, Pipetek, both on the medium tires, Andre on the soft tires, Tichy on medium tires, and Spothead on the soft tires, as he has got a fresh set of tires available to him.
I mean, for my heart, the closest starting strategy is the one that Tuspel used. Not sure why, but I'm a really huge fan personally to start on hard tires.
Yeah, the hard tires is an optimal strategy if you can stay within the air strain of the medium runners. That's usually what you would see in a lot of high tier leagues as well. You would see the drivers opt out for a hard medium strategy. But the thing is, with this game, you can really try and push the boundaries with the strategy you're about to do, because the undercut can be so powerful with the way the tire deck works. As Ivica gets disqualified with his grid placement, as they are all lining up, as we're waiting for Tichy to line up, as well as
Andre as well was disqualified.
yes, I am here at the back of the grid, and it is 5 laps out, and away we go. And I am still waiting to get a better angle of this start. And
Max is really closing up to Will.
And Will is gonna lead into turn 1, and that is gonna be.
Someone with white, it's Ivica.
Yeah, those soft tires not working,
Milos
as he's
a
gonna
lot of
lose out.
positions. Ivica is out of the race, and we have Fulco's safety car.
Yeah, that is Miller's parked up as well. Crypto disconnecting.
Crypto looks like his car is crashed because it's blank, so he crashed as well probably. So the biggest loser for now is Miloš, who lost 12 positions, and the biggest winner will be Bozo, who gained 8 positions at the start. Pat had really impressive start as well. He gained 6 positions up to P11.
Yeah, really good start by both of them and the Red Bull. 8 positions in one lap is incredible. As well, and Max made a gap to the cars behind, just about. But the safety car with Bond chopped the field again, and people will get into the pits if they do have damage. I actually thought it was Max going wide in the first turn, but it was Ivica.
Bozo is boxing, so is STR and Frekis. I think I'm
Yeah, he's
pronouncing it correctly.
without a wing.
Tuspel and Andre.
Yeah, the Red Bull will come out ahead in front of
Andre
everyone.
is switching his softs to fresh hard compound. Frekis decided to pick mediums. Tuspel long stop, and he's going out on mediums.
Yeah, and Spot had actually gained 10 positions because of all the guys heading into the pits. So he's up 10 position, Titch is up 8 positions as well. So great job by those two to keep it clean and just stay out of trouble on the first lap.
It's sometimes situations like this I'm comparing to playing RPG games that you will throwing dice and you get really fantastic dice for throw for a luck.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
reactions are also really important. Sometimes you are basically not able to react at any point because someone crashing like 10-15 meters in front of you and there's no time for reaction.
Yeah, sometimes you're just not able to react, and that is the name of the game in sim racing. Sometimes you're just in wrong place, wrong time, and you will be out of the race. But top two is still together. Spothead is into the pits, and I don't know if that's damage or what it is.
No, I believe he just replacing his softs to mediums. So I expect
Yeah,
double medium from now.
definitely. It is a good strategy, but he lost a lot of positions by doing so. So he
I
will
mean,
have to make those up.
if he would box on previous lap, uh, he could expect that Andre gets some damage, and maybe they are on voice chat and just let know each other that I need to box that because I have major damage. Let's try not to double stack.
That is what most of the drivers would be, I would assume, to let each other know about dangers on track and whatnot. Crackhead creating a huge gap between his Aston Martin teammate. Bit more than 10 car lengths, but as the
The grid
safety
is
car
forming
might
up.
go in this lap if we are lucky. Yeah,
Yes, it
safety
is.
car in this lap. So everyone will try and get the last bit of heat into the tires to make them warm.
Yes, and now will make a good restart, or will Eatmax won't fall asleep and will jump with him. It's really close.
Yeah, as I think you would
And
just
starting
send
to
it on
push
the.
right now.
Yeah, good restart by Will there, as he is gonna start lap 4 of this race, and he got Max behind him, and I think Kevin might even try and push on Aston Martin here on the restart. He is
Now
gonna
he's too
stick
far
behind.
back.
Yeah, he's...
But Spat managed to overtake Tuspel on back of the pack.
Yeah, and we have a fight for P12 here with the McLaren of Frickus and Andre, but the Mercedes stays in front. No, but he does not anymore, as he goes through on the switchback into the Villeneuve chicane. I've never seen that before, actually. Good job by the McLaren there to get ahead, and as we have STLR fighting as well, and that is gonna be STLR off track, and he's gonna lose positions to a lot of drivers here.
I think it started from Pipe Attack overtaking him, then Bozo took his chance as well. Milos dropped there a bit. He also went wide.
Yeah, Pipe getting up into P8 now, as he will try and get Williams some more points, so they are not in the last place anymore.
Kevin Cal overtaking Tiski. I mean, they're switching back the last corner, and they're going side by side to turn 1.
And Kevin is gonna back out of that, which
Tiski
is really smart.
making it clean.
Ooh, and that is Max completely sideways, losing 2 positions now as well. That is a great catch by the AlphaTauri driver, opting...
I'm really surprised because we barely completed 1 lap after safety car restart, and for example, Kevin have less than 50% of battery.
Yeah, that's the thing about Imola, isn't it? You don't gain as much battery as you would like to, as there is, I think, a 5-way battle for points here. 5-way battle for P8 in the last low points, and Sputhead is even catching up, so it will be 6
next
cars.
lap DRS will be enabled, and for now we have DRS train from Pipe Attack to Spell, and Sputhead with 3 seconds time penalty for track limits.
Yeah, Pipetic is gonna struggle to keep the guys behind, as Tichy is just trying to avoid trouble and keep his head down. And Tiski is right behind Max as well, as Kevin is gonna be pushed out of DRS now. Oh, and that's Max off again! And this time it is gonna be the Alfa Romeo driver through, and now Kevin is right up the rear of that AlphaTauri, as he is gonna struggle again a bit with oversteer. So Max not really looking that confident in this cockpit as of right now. Really struggling with the oversteer, it looks like.
And for now, at this stage, we have 1 DRS train from Will on P1 to Kevin on P6, then from P8 to P15, and Tichy is on no man's land, and P7 is losing 2.5 to Kevin, and he has over 2 seconds advantage on Pipe Attack, so...
Yeah, and Miller's is right behind that Williams and trying to look for a move. He will most definitely into the first turn, as you will have that big DRS help, and maybe even STLR will try and get through as well, as DRS is really powerful around here. So maybe STLR will even try and get a double move done here.
And it looks like STLR will overtake, yes. He
as
did
it is
double
free
move,
wide, and he's
Milos
ahead.
side by side with Pipe Attack, and he's ahead.
And that is Pipe Tick down into P10. But the thing is, you just need to stay within DS here, as Will also got overtaken on the straight. But that is Will into P2, and now Cracky is even gonna try and move maybe into this corner. No, he's not gonna stick his nose up there. He knows there's not gonna be any space left by Will, as Will is gonna have a nose up the inside into Akram and Raya, and Will goes wide.
And P1 for Aston Martin. Not sure why I wanted to say Alpine.
Yeah, that's a P1, P2 for the Aston Martins, as Cracky is out of DRS now of his teammate up ahead. So maybe we'll try and slingshot into the DRS of Goran up ahead. And Pipe Tech is also down into P11 now, so he is now pushed out of the points within one lap with the DRS enabled.
Yeah, but Craggy really fast managed to jump in back to DRS on his friend. I mean, Fred, I meant to say his teammate.
Yeah, and Bull struggling a bit, and that's gonna be Tiska around the outside, and Pipe Tech is out of the race, and it's gonna be another safety car now. And
And
do
I
these
just
know?
wanted to mention that Poki, Goran, who is leading the race, is reserving from EU4.
So even though you might be fast in quali, it might not.
It's all about consistency, and it looks like a couple of these guys struggling
Yeah,
a bit with
definitely.
this.
I think you could be able to pit now onto some hard tires. It is a viable strategy as you're not losing that 30 seconds.
Or you can risk and go for set of mediums and pray for late safety car to jump in for fresh softs if you have one.
Yeah, but Goran
Goran
is gonna
is
go into pit, and
Goran
so
is
is Craggy.
boxing. Craggy is slowing down a bit. The rest
And
of the
Tiski is
field is
gonna
boxing as
stay out.
well. Yes, but I'm pretty sure that Tiski is driving by AI. Let me quickly check. No, he is not.
No, he is, and Titsi is now into P2.
And
Um,
Milos managed to go back for P3. Meanwhile, Tichi is on P2, and that's 14 positions gain for him.
that is actually really well done. And the two Haas's in the top 5. So well done on behalf of both of them. Two spells
Yeah,
staying clean
Tispa
as
with
well.
7 positions gain from the race start, and he mentioned that he is not fully recovered.
No, he's recovering from a really bad fever, so he's doing really well in those conditions. Especially when you have to just stay calm and try and pick the best strategy possible, and that's not easy when you're recovering from a fever. So Cracky has lost out to a few positions there under the pit stops, but if he is fast enough, he will be able to cut up.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
Estela
now
is right behind him.
everyone who decided to box under the safety car. That means from P9 to P14, Goran, Will, Eat, Max, Craggy, STLR, and Kevin are on fresh hard compounds. So technically, they are able to finish this race without boxing.
Yeah, they don't need to pit anymore as they already have done the one pit stop that is needed. And 22 laps on hard tires in race conditions isn't impossible on the hard tires. As I said
Yes,
earlier,
especially that we have at least 2 laps with safety car, so that will be 1 lap less for those hard. It's really doable.
yeah, that's the thing. Imola isn't known for tire deck, so you will lose a ton of grip, but the tire wear isn't gonna be that massive again. Um, so Tiski
I mean,
is in the lead.
it's a bit confusing with tire deck because yesterday before the race I decided to open a practice session for myself and my teammate, and tire deck was about 30% higher than in race conditions.
Yeah, Yeah, it really depends on your driving style, does it not? If you really try to push the front end, you're gonna lose that grip easier than you are if you're really smooth with steering
And
and the way you
PW
rotate the
Jones,
car.
PW Jones texting on chat that Hearts will do around 20 to 25 laps. So he just confirmed what we were speaking about a moment ago.
Yeah, definitely. Um, as he always got those numbers up and ready. So Tiske is gonna be the restarter this time around, as he was in the lead group before, but he is gonna slow
Oh,
down.
Tishi is really close, a little bit of touch between of them, and Tiski launched really good.
Yeah, he's gonna lead into lap 11 now, and he's gonna stay ahead. And we have
Bozo is
Bozo
really
trying
closing up
on a
to
move.
Milos.
He's gonna go around the
They're side by
outside.
side.
No, he's gonna back out. That is smart racing, and that
And
is
Sparkhead
Butthead.
with another 3 seconds.
Yeah, that was from trying an overtake on the McLaren, I think, and he wanted to
I
back
think
out.
Andre lost 2 positions to Goran and to Will.
Oh, and he's in the gravel now, as he went a bit too wide. So that means Heatmag is now into P10, as the lead group is gonna try and make up as many positions as possible, as we have a bit of a fight here, and that is gonna be Miller's down into P6 now, as Butthead gets ahead with 2Spell as well, and 2Spell is around, and he's gonna be out of the race, and that is a
That will be
massive
a safety
crash.
car.
And yeah, definitely,
And I think
Andre
Andre
with a
was
penalty as well.
last. Yes, he received 5 seconds for collision with 2Spell. He was just a victim of lack of awareness for him, I believe, and of cars standing on middle of the racing line. Also,
Yeah.
Goran, I see, received a
So
penalty, and it's also 5 seconds.
Tichy still staying out is a bit.
Bozo is staying out as well on hard compounds. Heatmax
Yeah,
on
the thing
P3,
is,
Kragi, STLR, Kevin, they are gaining positions.
as Will is pitting, he needs
And
to get a new
Fathead
wing.
is retiring in pit lane.
And Pike just left the session, as he retired earlier on, I believe. Yeah.
Yes, he did.
So we
Really
already have.
unlucky race for Dispel.
Yeah, nothing he could do. He got hit in the rear, and then he just got collected in a big, massive pile-up. So 5 drivers out already in just 12 laps. But the thing I wanted to say
Now,
earlier was that Boso is on hard tires. Didn't he pit at the start, if I'm not wrong?
yes, I'm pretty sure that he was starting on soft compound. His tires are 10 laps old.
Yeah, and with all these safety cars, he's gonna be saving tire weight, so he might not even need to pit again. That's the thing. If his tire weight is good enough. Because when you're on the safety car, you save a ton of tire wear, as you don't need to push the limits, as you would say.
Now, speaking about tires, the tire situation is Tichy with 11 lap old mediums, Bozo with 10 lap old hards, as I mentioned. Yitmax, Kragi, STLR, and Kevin on 3 lap old hards. Tiski on fresh hard, Will on P8 with fresh mediums, then Frekis and Milos on fresh hards, and Goran and Andre on P11 and 12 on fresh sets of mediums. It won't be easy for those 3 who decided now to jump for mediums to complete the race on this compound. I think they might be expecting late safety car and try to jump for hard. I mean, soft, not hard. Apologies for that mistakes.
Yeah, that is
3 lap,
definitely possible.
3 lap, 3 laps tire difference between guys who boxed now and the guys who boxed previously, but all of these laps was on safety cars. We had like half of the lap without safety car. So tire deck for guys from P3 to P6 is not that big. So we might get some spicy things really soon.
Yeah, the thing is, if you're on the hard tires now, you're gonna not struggle in the end because of all the safety cars, but if you're on the mediums, you're still gonna struggle a bit at the end with grip, as the tires were quite a bit faster than the hard tires. So
I mean, I'm sure that we have at least one driver who have to box because Tichy, uh, did he even box? No, he didn't. So he is driving for on compound he was starting on.
yep, as we now will have the safety car in this lap. So Titi is gonna control the restart, and he's gonna try and get a good gap to Bozo behind, as he's gonna be swamped by the quick drivers behind him, who is in the AlphaTauri Aston Martin and the Alpine, with Kevin in the McLaren as well. So he's gonna have to fight for his podium position here as well. So Titi is now gonna go, and he's gonna send it very early on, and
Got
doesn't get
Bozo
the
and Max,
best restart now, as Bozo is behind him, as you said.
and Bozo is closing the gap.
Going
He's on the
from
outside there,
outside.
side by side. A little bit of contact.
Yeah, and
And
Bozo being pushed by the
Bozo,
AlphaTauri, and that is a push to pass. And he's gonna be passed by all of the Kirk drivers here, as that's gonna be now Titsi being swallowed by the fast drivers, as that's gonna be
and
moved to
Kevin
the inside.
overtaking STLR.
And Cracky and Yidmax is equal, as they're side by side just behind that Haas, and that's gonna be another push in the rear for Tichy, and Yidmax is pushing that car around, and he is,
We
as
have
we
a
have a
yellow
yellow
flag, it's
flag,
Rekis.
spun around, and Titsy is now losing the places to the quick drivers here, as Kevin is up
Oh,
the
and
inside, and that's gonna
contact
be
between
contact.
Tichy and STLR. And Alpine is missing end plate.
Yeah, I think SCLR went a bit aggressive there, just didn't need to in that moment, as he's now gonna be, he's almost gonna have to pit now, isn't he, with that wing damage.
He tried to move to the inside, but Haas driver was going onto the inside because of faster drivers on his outside, and SCLR was just faster, didn't react it correctly. SCLR on
Yeah, as
just a
well.
bit used mediums. He
Yeah,
completed one lap on this compound.
Will is now
Although he's losing 2 positions to Miloš and to Goran.
ooh, yeah, and he almost lost it
And
at the
now
exit as well.
Tiski and Andrei overtaking him as well. Tichy is really close. Goran is really close to Tichy.
Yeah, and Milos is gonna try and go for move on Goran as well, as he wants to get past that Aston Martin. And Titsi, did he spin?
Practice.
Yes, he spun, and that's
And
another safety car.
a safety car. Meanwhile, Practice received 3 seconds penalty for track limits.
Yeah, and that's gonna bring Estila back into the race, and this is really just safety cars, is it not?
We had 3-4 laps of racing maybe without safety cars.
Yeah,
It's
just
lap
about.
15 and we had Yitmax and Kragi, Tiski, Bozo, Tichy. All of them are going to the pit lane.
Yeah, you almost need to go into pits now. If
Yitmax, Kragi, Tiski, all of them on fresh mediums. Tichy on fresh hards. So I think Tichy will be on slightly better situation closer to the end.
Yeah, and he might even pit again because he still got a fresher set of mediums in the locker. As we still have to go one more round around.
I'm pretty sure that he has a fresh set of softs as well, because he made 2 quali rounds, and even if you decide to pick balance compound, you have 3 sets of soft. So
True.
he has a lot of strategy potential right now.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't think we can have any more safety cars because we had so many.
Yeah, I think 4 is the limit.
Yeah, 4 or 5 is the limit that you can have, and that is with virtual safety cars included. But yeah, we haven't had any of those. So personally, if I was Titsi now, I would pit for a set of new mediums and try and just make my way through the field with the tire advantage. But even the hard tires will be a great choice as they are going to be really good compared to the old mediums he was on before. So we will see now, yeah, and he's heading into the pits. The Haas driver. And I will be on board with him to see what tires he's gonna go on to. That is mediums and they look fresh, so
Yeah, they are fresh, so Tichy, I mean, did the best option he could. He made 1 lap under the safety car on hard compounds, but he completed 1 lap, so this is checked by switching compound he's driving on.
yeah, definitely. And I don't think Kevin is. I think he had his debut last round in Monaco, and he's now leading a race for the first time in COS. So great job by him.
And
He's been
I
quite good.
need to mention that Kevin, I'm pretty sure he is the controller driver. And Imola, I don't think it's the easiest track for a controller.
Yeah, that's the thing. Controller is a really difficult input device, but if you're fast on it, then you will you won't struggle as much as a normal player would, a casual player would, I would assume. But safety car will not be in this lap as we are waiting for the house of Tichy to catch up to the pack, as
Oh,
that will
believe me,
take a while.
controller is not that easy. When I was swapping the steering wheel some time ago in previous game, I was faster on keyboard than on controller.
Yeah, as
Andre
Andrew is
heading
in
to the
the
pit lane.
pits. Don't know what for, and Titsy heading to the pits again.
Andre decided to pick fresh set of mediums.
And it is going on to soft tires. Fresh soft tires for the Haas. So he's gonna try and make it to the end on those. That's still gonna be quite a
I mean, it's
big stint.
quite a wise decision because safety car will, I'm pretty sure, moves in at the end of this lap, and Tichy didn't waste his tire to drive between the drivers on the soft compounds, so they will be slightly fresher. It's not that bad move as it can look.
No, he definitely got some possibilities to get up and then just defend with the use of the DRS. He's gonna have a massive advantage in the first few laps, but the softs do go bad quite early on as safety cars
in this lap. We have confirmation of this.
As Titi is almost up with the pack now, just about hitting the chicane now. So Kevin will now be the guy to do the restart. So will we see a good gap as he's on the hard tires?
And he has all the tires from whole grid. These tires are 9 laps old. After this one will be 10.
Yeah, he's gonna try and make a good exit as he's gonna punch it out of the last corner, and he has gotten a really good
Hold
exit.
it really good. Will is deploying really
And
hard to get him.
Frekis is trying a move maybe as he's quite close to Miller's. No, he's gonna stay behind for now, as I think all the drivers looks to stay clear on this first restart lap. As
Andre lost quite a bit under this safety car restart.
side by side into the Wilno chicane, and it's gonna be Frekis, and Cracky is not gonna get ahead of that AlphaTauri, and that is gonna leave him vulnerable to the Red Bull behind, and he's gonna stick behind for now, as STLR is hunting down Boso as well.
Break is a bit wide.
Yeah, and a tap in the rear from Yeatmax to the Aston Martin to try and let him know to get a move on, I think.
Lucky for them, it didn't end the same way as with Tuspel at the same place.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Craggy is on the move for Frekis.
He's gonna be on the outside line, and he's gonna be told to not go for the overtake there as Frekis stays out. He's gonna be overtaken by both the Alpha and the Alpine. As Craggy is going for a move, I think, on the McLaren, and he's gonna be ahead. So he's gonna hunt down Miller's now, and Kevin is still staying in the lead on those hard tires. So they don't look that bad because of all the safety cars we've gotten. So he's doing quite well for himself.
A bit too wide, and he's under the pressure from Goran right now.
Yeah, Goran has been fighting through the field as well after the damage from Tuspel, I think it was. So he's doing quite well again. And that is going to be a fight between Yeatmax and Frekis, and Yeatmax will push him offline and give the position back after doing so. So STLR has now caught up, and he's going to try and put the pressure onto the AlphaTauri as well to get the move done quite early on, as he is sticking very close, and he might even go for it in sector 3, and he's going to be ahead before the braking zone.
Yeah, I believe this braking zone is, if you are able to trust your opponent, it's one of the best spots to overtake at this track. Craggy is at the fastest lap with 1:18.3.
As he just got past Millis as well, so he has got some serious pace.
TG on the back of the grid trying to attack Bozo, but Bozo is defending well and nothing happens.
Yeah, so the soft tire is not giving that advantage as Tetsu wanted as of right now. But he's doing well enough.
Yeah, but TG for now, speaking about Bozo and Andre, who is really close to them, get huge battery advantage. TG is on 85%, Bozo on 40%. SLR losing position to Tiski.
Yeah, and that's not an easy overtake to get done by Tiski there. So he's done really well, as they will try and get past the McLaren now. As we almost got one complete
really close. Going to the inside.
No, he's gonna stick behind since the McLaren does not have DRS as of anymore, so he's gonna try and get the move done on the straight.
And Yeatmax in front of them started to blinking, so he's out of battery. Tiski is overtaking McLaren.
And the two Aston Martin switching places up ahead, as Kevin got overtaken as well. So Kevin out of battery, as you can see by the blinking light on the rear of that McLaren. So he's gonna be under pressure by Cracky, and that's gonna be a move for Yeatmax, on Frekis, and
Raggy overtaking Kevin.
so much fighting going on in this field, so it's really difficult to see what's happening. Sposo gets a 3-second penalty, as he is behind Tichy now. Might be a mistake.
Might be a mistake, or might be going alongside and just not enough space for two cars. STLR is really pulling the pressure on Frekis, and he gets a move done.
Yeah, and
Frekis is
Frekis,
trying to fight back.
yeah, he's trying to keep ahead of STLR here.
Yes, but STLR have DRS and McLaren is not.
Yeah, he is gonna go for the
But
outside line.
still, he's defending.
He's gonna get ahead.
But
Is the Alpine?
lack of speed for McLaren driver. Meanwhile, Tichy managed to overtake Andre, and Frekis spun out, and he's losing another 2 positions. And Tichy is overtaking STLR as well. STLR a bit wide, losing position to Andre as well.
Yeah, might have been a bit of an incident between those two. I'm not sure. But Tichy putting those soft tires well into use, as he's gonna get a big gap to catch up to because of all that fighting between all the drivers. But Will is under pressure from Karaki behind, as Karaki is really putting on the pace here on the Ferrari up ahead, as Will is creating a good gap.
He is overtaking Milos just before the braking zone. He's on the inside, but Tiski is without battery. Kevin taking a 3-second penalty for track limits.
And that is Tiski
Makes the job
pushing
done.
Miller's wide, but he's gonna be
And now
without
it's 3 wide.
battery, and it's
It
3
makes
wide.
Milos and Tiski to turn 1.
Miller's
And Milos with Fleet Max side by side. A little bit of contact again,
and Tiski is ahead.
Tiski.
And Miller's on the inside will be ahead of Ian Max as well. And Tiski will stay in front without that battery. So he will struggle a bit.
Tichi is not able to pull out from Andre on P9. He's sticking really close behind Haas driver. It looks like not anymore. Tichi is gaining a lot of turns.
Yeah, those soft tires will still be quite decent, as he's now without the DS window.
Andre lost DRS, and he will be under the threat of STLR. Meanwhile, Craggy and Will.
This will be a move from the Aston Martin. No reason to fight for Will, as he will just waste his battery. So he's gonna stay behind, and STLR pitting.
5 seconds penalty for speeding in pit lane. He's taking fresh softs.
Might be. Did he have damage or no?
No, he didn't. He didn't change the wing, but he was driving on P10. He lost 2 positions, but both drivers in front of him now got time penalties. So probably he decided to try to fight back to close enough to delete this time penalties.
Yeah, he might have as well went for the move in sector 2.
He probably didn't consider that he will grab a 5-second penalty for speeding in pit lane. But
yeah,
that still might be attempt for taking fastest lap of the race.
yeah, he possibly could, as Craig is gonna try and overtake Will again, and so will Tiski. He will overtake Kevin now.
So huge speed advantage.
And Goran is now into the second position. No, the 1 second detection again. And
Yes,
we might even have a five-way battle for the lead of the race here.
it looks like it's going to be a really great race for Aston Martin.
Yeah, they look to have to pull home some really good points here as Cracky is really pushing as Will is
And
struggling to keep up.
battle for P8 is interesting as well. It's also freeway battle.
Yeah, definitely. As Will still keeps it within the 1 second. So he's doing what he needs to right now. Um, Tiskett just without of that 1 second window. So he's gonna lose quite a bit of time down the straight. And Kevin went without of the 1 second window as well, so he's gonna be under pressure from the Ferrari of Millers, and will get ahead of Cracky with the help of the DRS. So it is currently a Aston Martin 2-3. And
Andre is overtaking Tichy.
yeah, great battles
So I
all over the
think
place.
this softs are dropping down.
Yeah, soft tires will definitely die now as SGLR puts the fastest lap of a 1:17.1. As that was what he wanted to do when he pitted. So Tiske is now within that second
And
as
Milos and
Max.
Max with 3 seconds penalties.
So Kevin's fight is now for net position. So he will do everything he can to keep the position. As Millers has a bit of a moment on the exit. But I think Cracky will get ahead of Will here on the straight again, as those two are switching positions right, left, and center. So no DRS for Will ahead, so that will be an easy move on the outside ahead before the braking zone.
Without problems.
Oh, Millers and Kevin fighting, and Millers almost spinning, and he keeps it on the track. And
Tichy lost another position. This time Bozo overtook him. Taking stuff at this point wasn't the best idea for him. 10 laps and he is really dropping back to guys in front of him.
yes, he's still trying to get a move on Bozo up ahead, but he just is not able to do so. Will is quite close to Cracky up ahead. Um, and Tiski and Goran is now switching positions. So Tiski wants to get involved in this battle for the lead of the race. He's gonna try and push Will into an overtake and push himself.
Andre with another 3 seconds penalty.
That is gonna put him behind Tichy for now, I think.
Yes, but he still remain on points.
Yeah, he will now get ahead of Cracky, and Tiski will stay behind. So they are just swapping positions for now, the lead two. Trying to defend from the Alfa Romeo behind, as STLR gets a 3 second penalty. And Millers is trying to get past Kevin, but isn't able to do so still.
Yeah, Milos got a bit fresher tires. It's 3 lap difference on their tire age, but I'm pretty sure that's the safety car difference, so it shouldn't be that big. Max meanwhile dropped a bit far behind him. He lost 1 second to the 1 second to them on last lap. He's
Yeah.
trying to get back to DRS onto them.
So
And Milos really wide on exit of the chicane.
but we will have a switch for the lead again, and it will be Cracky and Will.
And STLR, I think he retired in pit lane.
He did, if I am correct. So Cracky is gonna try and move. No, he's gonna stay behind for now. And Tiski is almost pushing him as Miller's still can't get
Miller
past Kevin.
unable to pass Kevin. Bozo and Tichy trying to find a solution for Andre in front of them, but also the gap was just too big. I think half a second is minimum gap to try to make an overtake to turn 1.
Yeah, it is half a second. So it is gonna be very close, as the lead battle is still spicing up. As Cracky drops a bit back here, but he then comes back into the braking zone here. So he's really good on the brakes, Cracky. And Will is definitely just as good. So it's gonna be important with how he wants to play this. As Tiska can't get past because he doesn't have ERS and he doesn't have
And Craggy is unable to get the pass.
and
Tiski is side by side with him.
and will he be able to pull
Really
it
close,
off on the
really close.
outside? No, Cracky will give up the
And
position.
Tiski is making a move down, but Craggy have a huge battery advantage. It's 80% of Craggy against 6% of Tiski.
Yeah, so he will struggle quite a bit with keeping that Aston behind, as battery is really important on this game. So will he still got battery, I think. I'm pretty sure he does because I haven't seen his light blinking.
Will get 50% of battery.
So he should be fine on the straight if he just gets a good exit onto the straight here.
Meanwhile, we didn't notice that Milos finally overtook Kevin.
That is true. And that will be now the last time we will have DRS on this beautiful track of Imola, and that will be Cracky ahead of Tiske, and he's gonna try and get past Will as well, but he will not be able to do so. And that is gonna be Will leading into sector 1. He will now try and lead all the way to the end of the race as Cracky is pushing him through this first sector. And will it be a sent down the inside? No. He will try and get it done around the outside. Will he be able to do it around the outside? No, he will not. There will not be any traction whatsoever out there, and will still be leading. He will be leading into sector 2, and
Will started blinking.
And will that ERS help Cracky to push past Will, or will the dirtier be what is keeping him behind? And Will is gonna try and get a good exit here, but he's struggling with the rear a bit, so Cracky might even have a chance to get past here into this
Sector 2. Bozo is crashed on the last lap.
And Cracky is sending it down the inside, and that is gonna be... Ooh, and he stays behind, and will lead. Back. But will he get the... Ooh, very close.
Very close. Will winning the race, taking checkered flag with
Tiski behind.
Up to Craggy and another 1/10 Tiski. 1.3 behind them, Goran. Milos taking P5, Kevin on P6, Yitmex P7, Pichi P8, Andre P9, and Frekis, a bit lucky for him because of Bozo Trash, taking P10. Craggy with Driver of the Day award in game.
Yeah, really close battles for the lead of the Grand Prix, and Will is gonna be on top in Imola, as his luck did not ruin his race today, so he will be able to say that he won from pole in COS, and that is going to be a great achievement by the
But
Ferrari driver.
I have to admit that that was, I believe, closest finish I ever seen watching any races.
Yeah, it's really close between the top three drivers, 3 tenths.
Let's invite these boys to some interviews. It will be Will, Raggy, and Tiski.
So we are gonna switch to our interview scene. So we are waiting for the drivers to get in here. I will like to say that if you want to join, you can join the Discord. I should be able to exclamation mark Discord. Yes, please do join the Discord if you want to be a part of the community, and do so if you wish to race as well, as the sign-up should be able to should just be able to do a bit of test to place you into a tier, then you can be able to race with all these lovely people here. So
Tiski just let us know that he can't talk right now. Hitmax and Will are texting something on Discord as well.
yeah,
Will just let us know that he don't have a working microphone. Apologies, Hitmax, but rules are rules.
so we are gonna try
So
and get
it
cracking
looks
into
like
race.
we won't have any interviews after this race, sadly. Oh, there it is, Craggy.
He is muted. I don't know if yeah, there he goes. So
So, good evening, Craggy. Congratulations of taking P2. Great race for you. Really, really great battle. Couple of last laps, and as I mentioned a few moments before, it was the closest finish I ever seen watching any races in F1 games.
Yeah, very close. Unlucky I got taken over on the penultimate lap. Kind of messed me up for the final straight. But, you know, Wills did very well, saving his ERS. I couldn't get past him, so.
yeah, we saw that you were quite unlucky a few times in the race, and you were having to pull through the field. What's your strategy throughout the race? Can you go through what you were thinking with all the safety cars, and what you wanted to do as they came?
Yeah, I was just trying to get my teammate there up with me. Like, sometimes I was having to slow down so he would get my DRS, and then, is it Titchy that came third? Yeah, Titchy. He took over my teammate, so I was like, oh, sorry, gotta leave you behind. I was pushing for first then, but, you know, Tichy's
it
the worst
wasn't.
thing to happen to.
Uh,
What are we?
Apologies
Aston
for
Martin.
interrupting you, but it was Tiski, not Tichy.
Tiski.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's the worst thing to happen to Aston Martin in a long time. But
But
it's
still,
racing.
still great race for both of you
Very
from
good.
Aston Martin, especially considering that your teammate was reserving from lower tier from EU4, and
Yeah,
he
these guys are
even managed
quick.
to get the race lead. But I'm interesting. What was your thoughts when you get those 5 second penalty? I'm pretty sure that was for making serving a collision with two spell.
Did I get a penalty?
I don't think he
Yes,
got the penalty. I think it was Goran getting the penalty.
or maybe it was Goran.
Yeah, it wasn't me. I was very clean, not a single warning. Very good.
Yeah, well driven today, Cracky. As it is a well-deserved P2 for you today.
Thank you.
So good night and enjoy your podium finish.
Thank you. Good commentary.
Thank
Bye.
you.
So with that, I think we are going to end this stream. Thank you all for watching. Where are we racing next week? Oh, Interlagos in Brazil.
Yes, it will be a really good race to watch as well, as Interlagos always puts on the show. So we will see you guys next week. And remember to clock in later tonight if you are from the US or you're able to watch the race for AM2. And we will see you guys later on or next week. Thank you for tonight and bye.